Have you ever wondered how the pursuit of witches, a phenomenon that spanned centuries and continents, was handled by various judicial authorities over time? In the early stages during the 15th century, witch trials were conducted almost exclusively by cosmopolitan tribunals of the Roman Inquisition. In Italy and Spain, the Inquisition managed to maintain control over these proceedings until the very end. As for other countries, after the Reformation, witch trials in both Protestant and remaining Catholic states were largely handed over to secular courts handling criminal cases. Interestingly, the type of court, be it ecclesiastical or secular, Catholic or Protestant, didn't seem to significantly affect the nature of the witch trials. The accounts of witch persecution are striking for their wild flights of fantasy and their extraordinary monotony. No matter where the records come from, they hardly bear any local colour. In all types of courts, witch trials followed virtually the same pattern and yielded the same results. To fully grasp this astonishing episode in the realm of human justice, one can simply delve into the criminal chronicles of any Western European country. For the sake of convenience, we'll focus on Germany, whose archives offer a particularly rich and well-documented material. So what did witch trials look like in Germany at the time when they were a commonplace part of German life, that is, at the end of the 16th and the beginning of the 17th century? The overall judicial system in Germany during this period was characterized by two essential features. It was a time when the old oral and open court of the Schoffen, guided by direct popular legal consciousness, was finally displaced by new crown courts. These courts were composed of learned jurists, obligated to comply exclusively with formal, written legislation, and did not tolerate participation of the uneducated public in the administration of justice. Additionally, it was a time when the central government power, distrustful of the competence of local judicial institutions, carefully monitored each of their steps. This manifested in the widespread development of the so-called forwarding of acts. In major cases, local courts were required to forward all relevant documents for conclusion to a higher authority, which were either special government court commissions or more often law faculties at universities. Cases about witches, along with cases about heresies, lèse-majesty, state treason, piracy and counterfeit money, were considered particularly important, and therefore such forwarding of acts was almost a common rule. These higher authorities monitored witch trials with extreme care, a fact that is undoubtedly significant for our discussion. So, what did the law require for a case of witchcraft to begin? The leading legal authorities of the era provided judges with such guidance. In such cases, they said, the court, when assessing the complaint brought before it and the testimonies collected on its account, should not seek fully convincing evidence of the accused person's guilt. It should be enough if the presented facts are not devoid of plausibility. So, we've journeyed from the 15th century cosmopolitan tribunals of the Roman Inquisition, through the post-Reformation secular courts, all the way to the German courts of the late 16th and early 17th centuries. Despite the differences in time and place, the one constant in these witch trials was their wild flights of fantasy, extraordinary monotony, and the tragic outcomes for those accused.